Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. You see the hit makers in the house. We got Michigan Mike decked out in his Rose Bowl garb. What's going on, Michigan Mike? We got Tasha T. Sizzle straight from the vegetarian's office. Looking good in her salmon. That might be my victory dinner right there. Some salmon and some rice. Sounds good. All right,
good.
ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to get to in a short time to do it. So let's get to it. Mike, Tasha, the college football playoff semifinals did not disappoint on New Year's Day. I mean, remember that run? Oh, we're going to get to that run. Now, both semifinal games came down to the final play. I think, in my humble opinion, that was the best, semifinals that we've had in the 14 playoff era. Congratulations to the Washington Huskies for holding on to defeat the Texas Longhorns in the Sugar Bowl, and congratulations to the University of Michigan for their huge Rose Bowl win over the University of Alabama. You see the hat. You see it. You see it. Good morning. Good morning, Denise. Denise, just in time. Now, we know 26 years ago, Tasha, one of your favorite, most iconic pictures was one Charles Woodson holding the rose in the mouth. Good job by you, producer man. Now we have a new guy. Let's get to it. Mike, this game was one of your locks of the week last week. Not only did Michigan win, but they also covered. What made you so confident that the Wolverines would get it done, given their previous lack of success in the CFP?
That defense, man. That defense. We've always had a strong front line, the defensive line. I think, we've put guys in the NFL based on the D line. I think the secondary has been the difference maker. We are more confident that we can do man coverage. We can do different blitz packages. We can do more twists. And that's honestly the difference maker against Milroe in Alabama. Like they couldn't do anything. So, that secondary was top notch.
All right. Now, Tasha, we all saw your clip that's gone ghetto viral of your reaction to the end of the game last week. And if y'all didn't see it, make sure after the show, y'all jump on Tasha's page and click on that link, because she embodied every single go bluer on the face of the earth with her reaction to that fourth down stop in overtime. But let me ask you this, Tasha, because me and you, we kind of similar when it comes to our emotions and our roller coaster feelings about the University of Michigan. When Alabama took that 7-point lead with just over 3 minutes left in the game, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous were you?
That's how nervous I was. Because prior to this, Paul and I were having a discussion. And I told him the things that I was worried about was, number one, JJ, because I do not trust him. Not because, whatever, he's been injured and he has not been playing well. And you guys know the whole season, I was skeptical about what Michigan could do offensively. And like Mike said, the defense, and I put that to Paul too. I said the defense, no problem.
I think the word you used was elite that day.
Right. Elite defense and Blake Corum, I had no issue. So when we got behind, I was thinking JJ's going to screw this up. Like something's going to happen. The offense is not going to, and we're going to lose. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be like those people you see all the time that knock their big screens off the wall.
Right.
That was going to be me because I was so ready to pop my ish.
Yes.
All the people who said Michigan was scared. And I mean, it plays to me too, because like I said, the whole season, it's not that I didn't have confidence in Michigan. I just wasn't impressed with how they were scoring. And I felt like if we got behind against Bama, we would lose because we wouldn't be able to score. Thank God for little Hawaii and little Blake Corum.
Yes.
In the
Mr. Roman Wilson with the one-hander for the win.
Y'all know he used to take a helicopter to go to school every day because he had to go from island to island.
He looks like it. He has a podcast that I actually enjoy because he does like life in the game time, the game day. So that's pretty cool. But I will say, I will give Tasha I will say, because people don't know behind the scenes. Yeah, Tasha's been kind of the skeptic. She's like, no, I don't know this offense this year. I still don't know, because at the beginning of the season, I remember Tasha saying, this Michigan team is good. I don't know if we can get over or beat in a Georgia or an Alabama. And I know even up until after Ohio State, you're like, yeah, but still, like, I don't use. So I'm glad that we finally got over that hump. And now come Tasha. Come on over
Come
here.
on, Tasha.
Come on.
Yes.
Now you're now
Yes,
she 100 in
she's
here.
all in. It took a whole season. It took 14 weeks.
I mean, when we came back, I'm serious. I have all my windows open here. These people don't know anything about football Americano. I was screaming literally throughout the whole game. Like TV was up on 100 because I said I didn't care. They play all this boot to the boot to boot music all night long. They're gonna listen to some damn football tonight.
Good morning, Justin, in the house. Good to have you on board today, my brother. Now, Mike, last week I asked you, and Tasha, to her credit, before the game, she did say, hey, I ain't worried about nothing but JJ. If JJ do his thing, we gonna float and skate. But y'all have to understand something. It's been 26 years. We had the helicopter fourth down stop in 2015 where they gave Barrett the first down. We had the TCU game. We had some of the Michigan games where we were favored and lost to Ohio State. There was some PTSD going on in the Coulter house, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, God bless you, Mike. You have been our anchor that kept us grounded all year. But I was nervous as hell, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even watch the 4th and 2. And we'll get to that in just a second. Yes, I muted it and walked in the kitchen. I couldn't even watch.
Not me. I was watching.
Yeah, man, that was so much confidence.
I mean, the game could have gone either way. Last week I said Bama always plays the clock right and ends with the ball. They just
no. We're not gonna have any of that on here because
come on,
all
Mike.
these people were saying no. To beat Bama, you have to play a clean game. You have to outcoach Saban. You have to do all this. We had 4 mess ups on special teams alone. We played a horrible game. We should have beat Bama by 14 points. This was not a close game. That's why on that 4th and 2, that's why we easily were like, oh, okay, cool. Boom, open. Like
right. I mean, and you saw my interaction with my friend Eddie, who is an actual Bama alum. How he
that wasn't an interaction. That was a battle royal.
She said, I see you recruit. My cousin's tuning in today, guys. She just woke up.
Hey, good morning, Marion. Glad to have you on board. You're looking beautiful in your picture.
But everybody wanted to downplay it and just say, oh, Michigan was lackluster, this and other thing. No, we played and did what we need. We executed when it was time to execute. Just give us our damn credit for once.
Right, because when you want to talk about overcoming adversity, the whole world thought at the time when Alabama kicked that field goal and it was 7 points and Michigan had gone 4 straight 3-and-outs, that it was over. I'm going to answer Tasha's question. On a scale of 1 to 10, I was at a 20 because then I just got that sinking feeling like, oh, we hadn't moved the ball. We're making uncharacteristic mistakes on special teams. That's never been a problem for us. We've had one of the best kickers and punters in the nation this year. So that was just very odd to see. And the Saban effect. I've lived long enough to see him do crazier stuff to Auburn, to UCL, to South Florida. There was to Ole Miss, to Tennessee, ran all those teams down this year after trailing in the first half. I was very, very nervous, but very, very proud of the grit. And Blake Corum, you about to go down in history, bro. You a bucket.
What you mean, God? He did.
You a bucket, bro.
In that game.
He's the
Terminator. He showed up at the right time for sure.
Right. He always makes the timely play. He's done it all season. Now, Mike, last week I asked you if the game was on the line, which unit would you prefer to be on the field, the offense or the defense? You said the defense. And lo and behold, the defense made the game-saving goal line stand to send Michigan to the national championship game. But Michigan is facing a different monster, a different animal this week with Michael Penix Jr. and his trio of wide receiver talented receivers. Mike, how does Michigan's defense stack up against this offense coming up on Monday night?
I'm excited for him. I think our secondary finally gets tested with not as far as like wide receiver talent, because we all know that Marvin Harrison Jr.
Right.
is the best wide receiver in the nation.
Right.
But in Ohio, I mean, Ohio State had maybe one other guy. What's his name? Mbuku or whatever. I think he's really good.
Transferred to Penn State?
I don't know, not that one, another one. But I think it's all about the D line. No one else has faced. They haven't faced a D line. Washington hasn't played even close to a D line like Michigan's. I'm excited for this team. I think it's not going to be that close, to be honest.
Wow. Okay. Now that was a teaser because we're going to wait to the end of the show to get Mike's official pick, and will it be his lock again? Now Denise said, "Let me clarify." She said, "I wasn't giving credit to Bama. I was just saying that last week played out and Bama just didn't finish, which is true. They had us on the ropes and they did knock us out. Those field goals they kicked in the third quarter, if they were touchdowns, this isn't the conversation this morning." She said, "I wanted y'all to win. However, I wanted Bama to win so I could work the natty." Nobody's mad at you for that. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But you hang in there. You're going to be hosting First Take. You heard it here first. Molly, we're going to holler at you. We got a new sister in town. Her name is Denise. She going to be sitting up there with old Stephen A. and old Shannon Sharp. Y'all heard it here first. I'm calling that for 2024 and 2025. All right. Now, Tasha, you kind of got ahead of me because how did you know I was going to ask you about JJ? Now, we heard your thoughts about J.J. McCarthy in your opening salvo. Did he do enough in this game for you to feel confident that he could match Penix blow for blow if this game turns into a shootout?
Oh, no, he can't match Penix blow for blow. I'm just going to put this out there because, as we all stated, Michael Penix Jr. is the Heisman winner. I got into into a disagreement with one of my very best friends whose daughter cheers at LSU. And I said, well, because Michael Penix Jr. should have won the Heisman. And she's like, no, the right person won it because he had better numbers. I said, better numbers, but he's not the better player.
Right.
It's just that simple. Because what other time have you had a 3-loss team have produce a Heisman Trophy winner?
Right.
And to your... No, go ahead.
If he was all that good, they wouldn't be 9-3. But I digress. Michael Penix Jr. possesses a cadre of skills that JJ just doesn't. Now, it's not leaps and bounds. And plus, Michael Penix has been in college like 6 years, so he has.
Right. He's seen it all.
He's a grown man.
That's no shots to the brother.
Right.
He's been injured, torn, ACLs and things of that nature.
Torn twice.
Exactly. So I just think he is the better skilled and more talented quarterback than JJ. But as long as JJ is healthy, which he is going into this game,
yes,
I'm not as leery about him being able to perform and execute the way he needs to for us to beat Washington.
Right. He had over 200 yards, 17 of 27, 3 touchdowns, almost a costly pick. They got overturned. The football gods were standing on the sideline on that one. I thought about you on that first play.
I said, this is what I told you.
I thought about you on that first play. I was like, oh, no, not like this. All right, Mike. What are the headlines saying on Tuesday morning if Michigan wins the Natty?
Man, I'm not good with words. It's going to be something like hail to the victors or something like that.
Okay, let me be more specific. What is ESPN saying about Michigan on Tuesday morning if they win the Natty?
Oh, you already know what they're going to say. They're going to be like Harbaugh to the NFL, or it's going to be official or something like that.
And let's not forget, they did have that incident, with the alleged videotaping of.
There it is. It's going to be some kind of slight. Natasha, let's juxtapose that. What are the headlines on Tuesday morning around the world if Michigan loses the national title?
Oh, we knew they couldn't do it when it counted.
It's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. They've been waiting in the damn weeds like Homer Simpson, waiting for Michigan to slip up since Penn State.
Michigan just can't perform in the big game. Yeah, they performed in the Rose Bowl when they needed to, but this was the game when it really counted, and Michigan just didn't show up.
But you know what I think is funny? Saban made a comment saying that they weren't ready for Michigan's huddle offense. If you weren't ready for Michigan's huddle offense, does that mean that you were trying to steal our signs? What? I mean, because that's the only thing, because we're sending players with plays to the huddle.
Thinking man emoji.
I mean,
but Mike, what did we say? If it happens in the SEC, ain't nobody seen it, don't nobody know nothing about it.
Right? Come on, Truth. You come on, Truth. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the national headlines are going to be on Tuesday when we win this MFR, because nobody's going to apologize. Nobody's going to say they were wrong, Paul Feinbaum. Mike Greenberg, Stephen A. Smith, that said we didn't deserve to be in the tournament. All y'all cats with these national platforms, I want you to show up and show out on Tuesday when we hang that banner. All right. Which is more likely to happen, Tasha? Nick Saban and Alabama win 2 more championships or no more championships?
Sasha said we're delayed.
Okay, we're delayed but not denied. Praise the Lord. I'm checking in 49 favorite. He says no more. He says it's a wrap for Saban.
She said our lips are not moving when we're talking, but it could be you, Evelyn. But anyway, I don't want. Well, this is it. I'm gonna agree and say none, simply because I think Saban is going to call it a career soon. Not because
73 or 70, 72, 73 years old.
73 years old. And what did I send you the other day? I said Georgia loaded.
Yeah, you did.
Georgia's loaded, and I'm not gonna take, not looking at the Florida State game, because again, I just thought that was a farce, a sham.
Right. That was.
Florida State did not have any of their talent. Not saying that I didn't think Georgia would still beat them, but still, Georgia's loaded. I don't see anybody taking Georgia out in the SEC. And what did I tell you? It's going to be UT and Georgia, because that UT quarterback, what is it?
Yeah, Quinn Ewers.
No.
Oh, behind him, Arch Manning.
No, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, Mephibosheth.
Yeah, the guy from Hawaii, Nico. Yeah.
He looked good against Iowa in that bowl game.
That's what I'm saying. They got a quarterback now. So I think that UT, that Georgia, which side are they putting Texas on?
I don't know yet. I don't even know if they're going to have divisions. I know the Big Ten won't. Now, Ray says he's getting out coached every time. He knows it's time for him to move around. Wow.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if Saban is going to still be there long enough for them to win 2 more national championships.
Mike, do you agree? Do you say it's more likely that he doesn't win any more than 2?
No, I actually like what Saban did this year. I think he did really good I thought they were gonna. I thought Georgia was gonna be in the finals over Bama. I didn't even put Alabama in the Final Four. So to take them because I think all 3 of us said they had quarterback issues, or they didn't know who their quarterback was gonna be, and I think going from that, they didn't have any talent. I mean, you can look at that center. I mean, come on. They had center problems the whole year.
He hit the portal, Tasha. He was like, no, y'all ain't finna count the portal.
Quan on them. Get down low and sweep your arms. Now hit the Quan. Hit the Quan.
Yeah. He dipped in that portal like, I want to Deion take a crack at him.
You're part of the reason why Bama couldn't execute some of those plays, but you want to leave?
You think he's going to check his mailbox after that game in Tuscaloosa? Oh, no. Let me go and get up out of here. Now, Mike, let me go back to a question that Melanie had. She said, Did I hear correctly? Nick Saban suggesting that Michigan knew their last play?
No, we were saying here on the show that Nick Saban made a comment suggesting, or they were saying, or he said that he wasn't ready for Michigan's huddle offense, which is usually people say no huddle because you're just hurrying up doing the play. But Michigan was running a huddle offense to where they were sending a player with the play into the huddle. But to your question on the last play, everybody in America knew what that play was going to be. Like Milrow for, the QB dive.
Told me,
the draw or whatever. Right. Yeah, like we already knew what that was going to be. So I don't even know what that play call was. But to be honest, they couldn't do anything else. Like if you slow down that last play, that left side bounce was open. However,
Yes, it
our
was.
defensive end cut in, which then forced Milrow to second guess. But then we had another linebacker on the outside scooting in, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. So
Exactly.
And with all of the timeouts that was taken, it took 5 minutes for that last play to actually happen in real time.
right.
I say it's Michigan, but I'm biased.
Okay, so we got to pause it. They have the most 5 stars in all of Big Ten this past season. So define what the 5-star talent means, because obviously if you got the best talent, you ain't winning no game.
Mike, we ain't even got to go there, because y'all know how I feel about them star ratings. Because you can get some 5 stars that play like ass and get some 1 stars to get out here because they need to get their mama and their daddy up out that situation.
Right.
They don't have the best talent anymore, Ray. Now, back in the day, even at the beginning of this season, I still said Alabama has the talent. They can get the talent. Not no more. Not no more. Name anybody on that Alabama defense that's better than our front 4 and our ends.
I'm gonna wait on that answer, but I can't wait forever because we got to move this show along. Look, and the thing is, it feels good to hear it come from Tasha and not Mike this time, as far as that's concerned, because we know where Mike stands with that defense. He's been a defense person his entire life, and that's something that he really studies on Michigan's team. But it's good to hear you say that about the defense, because that front 4 was so dominant in that first half. Now, speaking of which, that brings me to another question. Tasha, Mike, if Michigan wins on Monday, do they move ahead of the 97 undefeated team as far as best team of all time?
I'm going to say yes, simply because the championship, it won't be any question. We won't be sharing anything. Like Dave Chappelle meme.
Right. We're holding our title like.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say yes, because I think the defenses are pretty equal from the 97 team. I'm gonna go with the offensive side as a game changer. I agree with Tasha. JJ hasn't been on his A game, but we were slinging that ball and forcing him to throw the ball to get more action, and now we're kind of like sitting, like doing more playmaker, like make a play when it matters,
right?
And that's how we're gonna develop you as a quarterback.
And I think that's the direction with his legs, right? To your point,
yeah.
So I think he's the game changer on this one.
I agree with Tasha in the sense that if it turns into a JJ versus Michael Penix show, then I'm nervous about that. That means the defense is leaking oil on the back end. The best way for Michigan to get it done is to do what they've done all year: bludgeon you up front on both sides of the ball, run that ball with quorum, and use the run game to set up schemes to scheme people open. Man, the Michigan players was running wide open. JJ had 2 or 3 people to throw to on that first touchdown. On the touchdown to Roman Wilson, there wasn't a Bama player on the screen.
The fact that y'all let little Honolulu, he barely 6 feet tall, and like they said, he's so short. He was hidden, so they didn't see him when he cut to the corner when JJ threw him the ball.
Davian Coulter, good morning and good luck to your Tar Heels today going up against Clemson. He says, I was rooting for the Wolverines, but Bama's defensive coordinator needs to be run out of town for not adjusting and not figuring out that motion offense. How many times, Mike, Mr. Defensive Guy, did you see Alabama's middle linebacker pointing to where he needs help?
Yes.
And nobody came to help.
Nobody moved.
He was on the first touchdown. He was like, Blake. Nobody went out there to help. Blake just he could have Dexter walked into the end zone. Like,
I've played that position before, and that middle linebacker, I know he was having a heart attack over there, man.
Hey, you gonna stack the box? We're gonna run crossers all game long. Yeah. Roman Wilson on the crosser.
Blake Corum.
They weren't. I don't think they were expecting little Honolulu to show up
and show out. That boy got heart though. But number 82, you know I'm bad with some of the names. Let's lose the platinum grill piece because you're out there fumbling the ball and jumping third down passes.
That's Cornelius.
Well, Cornelius.
I thought it was a freshman that had the gold.
Yeah, no, that's the freshman. Cornelius Johnson is number 6.
Oh,
but that's the freshman. But yeah, Saban was getting in that
jersey. Number 6.
Right. I'm saying, but Saban was getting on his defensive coordinator. You know when he gets to doing when Saban gets to doing this, somebody getting fired. He was like,
to be honest, he looked sad when he came out the tunnel at the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna win this game.
Let me tell y'all how I know Saban is over it. Saban stopped putting that shoe polish in his hair. Y'all know these last couple of seasons he been letting them grays come in.
now you know nobody knows follicle game like Tasha, and she trolled my king last night talking about he was brushing his forehead. You know what? We're gonna keep it moving. All right.
As LeBron was beating up on the Grizzlies over there, I see it.
You didn't
He
see
was
that
over there elbowing them and stuff.
Yeah, right. And you don't hit a whoop that trick in the mouth. You saw what happened after that. Josh started throwing them lobs. Jaren started hitting them threes.
Whoa, whoop that trick.
Okay, all right. Now let's go out over to the NFL real quick because it's something because we gotta to make sure we get this in for Mike. Now it's the last week of the regular season. Where in the hell did the football season go? Dadgummit. Pour out a little liquor for the football season because it has been fantastic. If you're a Michigan fan, you see us. I digress. All right. So you know how we do. Every year, the last week of the season, we give out our TEP awards. Good morning, baby cakes. Them Grizz, baby, with the national TV win over the Lakers last night. Mike, let's start with you. Who's your MVP of the league this year?
Man, this is the easiest one on here. That's Lamar Jackson. That's easy.
Let's do the mic.
Next.
All right, we all got Lamar. Now, here's a better one. Offensive player of the year, I believe, is a two-man race between Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey. We got a 49er here. Let's start with her. Does McCaffrey season trump Tyreek season for offensive player of the year?
Of course.
Does that deserve a next? The man had like 20-something touchdowns.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Y'all know I'm in love with Tyreek Hill. Well, the way his style of play, because y'all know he messed the crap off the field. Yeah. But Tyreek just a different man. Tyreek Hill just different.
I'm going Tyreek. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm going Tyreek, but I will say a shout out to Christian McCaffrey for all those fantasy football owners. I think they said something like whoever had Chris. No, I didn't. I had him in one league, but they said whoever had Christian McCaffrey on their team, 80% of them made the finals or the championships for their fantasy team. So
yeah, the man is a bucket. The man is Steph Curry with the shot. Martrice is going with the cheetah. I'm going with cheetah on that one as well. Now, this one here was kind of tricky. Coach of the year. Tasha, I think I know where you might be going with this. You start first.
Well, I'm going to put it this way. If the Houston Texans make the playoffs, you got to give it to D'Amico.
That's my caveat. Too bad we have to do it today. We won't know until tonight if they make the playoffs, but that was my caveat with them as well.
But if not, what's his name in Detroit?
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I would go for Campbell.
Mike,
man, you already know this one, man. I've been Dan Campbell the last 3 years.
Yo, I'm gonna go right. That's true. You did call the Detroit Lions come up a couple of years ago. I'm gonna go with Kevin Stefanski for Cleveland. I'm gonna go with Kevin Stefanski for Cleveland. Tasha, you the one that made the case for him in one of our random chats.
I didn't.
You lose your two best players on offense, Nick Chubb and Deshaun Watson, freak nasty. You have about 4 or 5 quarterbacks throughout the season. You can't name their running back. The best receiver in Amari Cooper was in and out the lineup, and you still clinched the playoffs with 2 or 3 weeks. They're doing this with Joe freaking Flacco.
But the irony about that is, before I say that, is it any way the Bills can recoup some of that money? Because they have to be pissed. They gave him all that money. He has not been healthy the whole season. Now you got old man River out there leading the team.
It does diminish your value if you're Deshaun Watson.
So would it be a case of him having to agree to a pay cut? Because they can't just take that back.
Yeah, right? Or they can cut him and just eat the dead money. But if you got him fully guaranteed, he don't care if you cut him or not. He can take a couple of years off and go, go to Bucharest.
That would go to show you who's really trying to win and who's not, because you've had greats like Tom Brady and others take pay cuts.
Right.
for the betterment of the team. But we'll see. But I mean, right now they don't need him. But you gonna leave 200 and 900,000 million sitting on the bench and let old man River go at it for next season?
I'm thinking about it. If I'm the coach, prop his ass up there and let him go hike. Hey, Joe been balling. Joe has been balling. So, okay, shouts out to him. Now, Mike, where's our sheet? Where's our pick 5 sheet? This is the regular season finale. Can we get a reset for the playoffs? Because I'm so far behind. I shouldn't even participate this week.
But let's go back to Dan Campbell real fast.
Go ahead while we pull that up.
I didn't know Dan Campbell was that jacked. Did y'all see how mad that man was after that Cowboy? I mean, you can see his veins through his arms.
He should have been mad at himself for continuing to test fate. The football gods already told you, no, bro, kick the extra point when all of that foolishness was going on for them 2 or 3 plays before that play. Then you trying to out-trick the referees. Referees all confused. Oh, I'm still at 50%. God bless it. T Sizzle pulling away like Usain Bolt in the 200.
Yeah, she is. That Cowboy spread messed us up, man.
Man, I know, right? I know. That was good morning, Christina. You right in time for the picks you need to feed your seed. We about to get y'all paid right now. Let's start with Houston versus Indy tonight in a lose-or-leave town match, Tasha. Ooh. If D'Amico wins, they are in. Who in the hell would have thought that when the season started? Indianapolis is a 2.5-point home underdog. T-Sizzle, you up?
Simply because even though Gardner Minshew has been looking some count, I don't trust him. So I'm going to go with the Texans on this.
Okay, so you're going with the Texans and the 2.5. Mike, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Texans.
There's something about Indianapolis that they just I ain't rooting for no Houston. They embarrassed us when we had on the Oilers jerseys. Let's go Indy.
It's your fault for being petty. Y'all
Miss Hastings. Now look, we needed that loss in retrospect. We one more loss away from Marvin Harrison Jr. Football gods, make it happen, make it happen. Tasha, you gonna be a Titans fan when we get Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No, but if y'all got Keon Coleman, I would.
He's a nice consolation prize.
Even though he is such a Michigan hater because he started off at Michigan State.
And we talked about him. We talked about him. Oh, Keon is A.J. Brown 2.0. Maybe we can come back and get him in the second round. All right.
And I would get it. No, they talking about top 15 for him.
Right. I was just being a fan. All right. Now, in the Disrespect Damie Bowl, we got the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. Ever since you called out Damie on live TV, the Bears have gone and won 4 out of 5, Mike. And I know Damie listening. Good morning, AP Coulter. Speaking of the Coulters, so Green Bay is a 3-point home favorite. Who you taking, T Sizzle?
I'm going with the Packers of Green Bay.
Do we need to ask you, Mike?
No, I got the Packers on this one.
I'm going with the Bears. I'm gonna ride with you, D. I say.
See,
there you go. That's why your ass
there you go.
41 and 75. That is why.
I'm going with the Bears. They've been playing lights out on defense. All right, next up, Denver versus Vegas. All right, Vegas is a 3-point home favorite. Both teams are boo-boo. Who you going with, Mike? You first.
Yeah. Who is home dude gonna be benched, right?
No Russell.
Russell Wilson's gonna be benched, right?
Yeah, no Russell.
I still got Denver on this one. I'm gonna go Denver.
I'm going Vegas. Vegas ain't boo-boo because I think sometimes once you cut the head of the snake off and replace it with a new head, you get better results. And I'm rooting for Vegas.
Right. I'm team AP. Antonio Pierce has done a great job with them, given the circumstances of how he got the interim job. I don't know if he's done enough to keep the job.
And Mike, you out here buying them wolf tickets that they selling up in Denver, talking about you need a spark, and so you go with Trevor Siemian.
He got the win last week. We'll I don't know. No, that's too much bad mojo. See, I'm picking for all the wrong reasons. That's why I'm in last place. So I'm gonna go with Vegas with you on that. Sunday Night Football. The winner gets the AFC East title. Buffalo versus Miami. Miami is a 2.5-point home underdog with Tua playing. Sizzle, who you got?
I'm going for Buffalo because, of course, I picked Buffalo to win the division. And I think Buffalo needs it more. And
Miami's in the playoffs regardless.
But why is it just now? Why is Buffalo just now figuring out what everyone, including us, have been saying for years? Get you a running back.
Right.
Dalvin's little brother is out here balling out of control. Why did it take?
He's top 5 in rushing this year.
You guys were struggling for no reason because you refused to add a run game into your offense.
It's funny that you say that because once they fired the offensive coordinator, they started to run the ball, and Josh Allen's turnovers went down because he's not carrying the rock like he did in the past.
And the thing is, if Buffalo can either go from being second to totally out of the playoffs.
Love it. That's how you conclude an NFL regular season on Sunday night. I love it. I'll pick Miami to win the division in the preseason, so I got to go with the Dolphins. Mike, who you got?
Yeah, I got Buffalo. I go strictly off of what I see in trends, and Miami trending down right now.
They are trending down right now.
And Buffalo's trending up at the right time, so I got Buffalo.
Their running game has really struggled in the last few weeks, even dating back to before the Cowboys game. So that should be interesting there. And last but not least, the only question is, do we cover? Michigan, a 4.5-point favorite in the Natty, the Natural Ice Bowl in the Natty National Championship. Hold on, let's bring this blue up real quick. You see the colors? You see the colors? Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you did.
I got too excited. All right. Hold on, Damien. Wait a minute. Damien is using an emoji. He said the bear tape is real. Dang, y'all don't watch Animal Planet?
First of all, Damien, you know my mantra. But I need Green Bay to be some count because of all the hate that Jordan Love was getting when Lyron out here salaciously slanderizing folks' names.
He's about to get sued.
Right.
Hope you got Olivia Pope on your PR team, buddy, because Mr. Kimmel coming with Harvey Specter and Mike Ross and them for y'all Suits fans. Mike, do we cover? That's all I want to know. Do we cover the 4.5?
Yeah, man. I got, go through my locks real quick. That's one of my locks. We got Michigan 4.5.
Oh, let's do that. Let's bring that up. Y'all get your pens and papers ready. Mike's gonna help you make some money.
All right. Michigan, I got 4.5. We definitely cover on that, including on that game. The over-under is 56.5. I'm going with under because our defense is cold as ice.
Ooh.
And then I got the Lions 3.5 over the Vikings.
What's better than being ice? What's better than being cold? Ice
cold. All right, defense. All right. Now, hey, Jarrell says, be aware of that purple do-rag. He cooked my horns. Hey, now, Jarrell, if you just now logging on, we did give him his props. We said we do not want a shootout against Penix.
All he needs is to untuck it and let it hang down.
Right. Hey, but the do-rag swag, that is something to be feared.
With the purple boombox on the shoulder.
Roll up on you with a do-rag, just be prepared to kill them because they ain't going to stop swinging. So, shouts out to him. Now, we all got Michigan. Mike said that's the lock. Also, he said make it a Michigan thing all the way. Take Detroit and the points over the Vikings. I think Randall Cunningham is playing for the Vikings this week at quarterback, if I ain't mistaken.
They got every quarterback and backup quarterback available.
Right. They like they 10th quarterback.
They re-signed Kirk Cousins, right?
But he out there leading the scold chant with his shirt off with his son with his ribs showing.
Hey, Kirk about to get another bag. Did you see the backups? Kirk about to get another bag.
Yeah,
he will. All he does is make money. I'm team Kirk Cousins. Like, if you want to show somebody the money, holler at him and his agent because what they look like without him as opposed to what they look like when he was playing.
They look like with him. They still wouldn't. When did they ever do anything with him there? And you got Mr. Gritty.
They won their division at least.
But I'm saying they were a playoff team, and he didn't have Justin Jefferson when he was playing, and because Justin went out early. So Kirk gonna get that money. But I agree with Glenn. We got to watch out for do-rag because that do-rag swag is real. Matter of fact, do we have any do-raggers on our team?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, all right. So we got a counter do-rag now.
Yeah, the secondary does.
I want Michigan to bring the chairs to the national championship. Because if y'all ain't been paying attention at the beginning kickoff, Michigan's they bench be having the chairs up in the air. Shouts out to Montgomery, Alabama. Y'all know what them chairs mean. It's about to be a beatdown. Michigan is just so swagged out and disrespectful. Holler at your boys when you see us in the street. I'm going to go live, maybe after a couple of bottles of champagne on Tuesday. So make sure y'all check me out, raw and unfiltered. I'm going live. All right. Mike, we good on time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hang on as long as no, matter of fact, get your shout out in now, just in case you have to do an abrupt jump.
Let's see. Shout
and
out.
Answer your sister's question.
What is this? When is the game? It's Monday night.
No, say it
Check
nice.
us out.
Say it nicely. She ain't no Michigan fan.
Come on
say
now.
It nicely.
She a Texas fan. Come on.
Christina, it's going to be Monday at 6:30, and God bless you, ESPN, for not giving us another 8:30 championship game tip-off.
7:30 your time, Christina.
Yeah, 7:30 your time. Good call, Tasha. She is in Georgia. 7:30 your time, 6:30 Central. Go ahead,
I'll
Mike.
give a shout out to Rhea for her first birthday and to Stacy.
Yay!
Baby girl's first birthday is next Thursday, but we'll have people over next Saturday. So.
Yo, I'm gonna be Oompa Loompa. Or the somebody. I'm gonna dress up as a character and be hitting the gritty and the Kwame. I'm gonna be doing all them soul dances so we can go viral. Let me know if the what characters scare her. I don't want to scare her on her birthday. Now, Tasha, I'm gonna give you 2 words, and I just want you to take off. All right, I'm gonna give you 2 words, and then you just take those 2 words and just go wherever your heart leads you. Okay. Katt Williams, go.
Ether. Now, let me tell y'all this. Paul almost killed me last night. I'm just putting it out there. Paul literally almost killed me last night, y'all, because he called Katt Williams Little Richard. And after he said that, I was done for. Like, my whole left side went numb last night. Paul and I differ, but we agree, but we're just saying it in different ways.
Right. So very spirited debate.
Like, I believe most of the stuff that Katt Williams said, and like I said about that Prince, I don't know, Prince didn't move like that. But
and you can't run a sub 40 at 55 years old. Sit down.
So I appreciate the way that Katt came out and was able to tell his story, because if you look at a lot of past interviews, yes, Trees, I got to send you the transcripts, baby, because you're gonna.
But hold on, but before you get into that, let me explain why I called him Little Richard, because y'all may be thinking that I'm taking a personal shot at him. No, I'm saying that because Little Richard went on his deathbed talking about people who was doing him wrong. And it was they stole my style, they stole my music, they stole my look,
which they did,
stole my wig, which it did happen. But I'm like, don't let that be your lasting legacy. That you being a crybaby over some stuff that happened, 30 years ago. That's all I was saying about the Little Richard.
Right.
Go ahead,
and so when he said that, I was like, well, basically, like when you're a comedian or a songwriter, your material is your money, and that's your livelihood. So even though they 20 years old, 30, 50 years old, if you still having claims of somebody that's taken something from you that you could have benefited from, and they go out here and benefit, don't give you credit, don't give you a little coin on the side. Like, you even go back to Boosie and what's his name? Like, he basically did Boosie's song word for word, but then want to give Boosie credit when you took that man's song and made a hit.
They gave me nothing. Right, Trees.
Shut up. So that was my thing with it. And then you had Mark Curry coming up with, they released the video of Mark Curry when he said years ago, not only did Steve Harvey, not about the show, but Steve Harvey stole material from him. And then, as you heard Katt say, the whole premise of Hanging with Mr. Cooper, we all watched Hanging with Mr. Cooper. We all watched the Steve Harvey show, and we loved it. Yeah. But if you go back, after he said that, you go back and look at Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and you're like, damn. But
y'all, I'm being warned. They said, be careful, Paul. Wanda Smith came for him, and he lit her up. Somebody tag Katt Williams. Let him come on in the chat. We'll put Mike on him.
But I mean, I do agree with Paul on the aspect of something. Well, Paul and Mike and I say this: it's kitchen table talk. Like some stuff we discuss in our group chat never sees the light of day,
and will never see the light of day.
And it will never see the light of day because it's kitchen table talk. Now, in the climate today, we don't know if Katt has approached these people and said things, but the way he emptied that clip on them, he ain't never said nothing to nobody about nothing.
Right. Mike, let me ask you this. Just as a dude, what are your thoughts about publicly airing grievances against other grown men? Is that something that I know that you want to do that? You probably just snipe somebody because you with that Texas life. But I didn't even know if you even saw it. I mean, how could you not see it if you was on Instagram? It popped up like every 3 seconds. Is that something
on Twitter literally for 24 hours straight as number 1?
No, he was trending this morning, and it's Saturday.
Again?
Yeah, Katt Williams.
You know they're up to over 11 million views for that episode. And said it to Ocho, but he wasn't even going to do a show. But him and Ocho did a show simply to discuss that interview. Right.
Take off, Mike.
I was just gonna say I haven't seen the full thing. I got to do that today. But
it's 2 hours, dog.
I'm more of the don't start nothing won't be nothing. So I always got stuff in my pocket, just chilling. I'm like, oh, what do you say? We're good,
right?
So
right. Now I can tell y'all from experience that he's more of the be about it camp. You know what I'm saying? He's not much of a talker. And don't be wearing dress clothes when you out with Mike, because I almost tore up a nice linen suit and dress shoes at Sambuca. Stacy, that was pre.
Y'all, I heard this story.
That was pre-married, Mike. So like, see, then your sister said, "Catch up, Mike." She said it's all over TikTok too. It's hilarious. That's where I am with it. To me, it was just funny. The jokes were funny. The way his delivery was funny. But it didn't make me not like any of the people he was talking about. I was reading in the comments on how people just really just dug in, like, yeah, Katt versus the world. Like, come on, Katt, man, you ain't no Messiah. You was smoking crack, wasn't you? You smoked crack, don't you?
Smoke crack.
Didn't you get beat up by that 14-year-old on that soccer field when you was up there?
He was 17.
I want to send a shout out to my man Stephen J. Smith, Mr. Jalen Hare, OG. Good morning. This guy's a talented producer. He writes songs. He does a lot of stuff.
Okay,
hey man,
let me
drop your IG and your TikTok.
He writes songs. Jalen, you write songs. How would you
Don't drag Jalen into this.
How would you feel if you wrote something and Paul produced it and gave it to somebody else and made the money and you didn't?
Mike, I would give it to you, by the way, Mike. I would keep it in the family. Right. Look, now we're going to have this whole discussion on Monday about somebody stealing his music. He's actually shooting a video this weekend, so hopefully that went well. We got to get you on the show, Jalen. It's almost basketball time. He's a big Kansas fan, and he loves Hunter Dickinson. He keeps telling us thank you.
Rock shop.
Now, he said there's a lot of ways to handle it. Don't start that gun-toting stuff. Don't start that Texas stuff. Texas people don't talk. They just shoot. Like,
hey, Jalen, let me know. Let me know.
Right. So shouts out to the OG, the young G for checking in. Tasha, who you shouting out this week?
I'm shouting out my cousin Chuck, who celebrated his 59th birthday on
that's a blessing. Congratulations.
Again, if you saw, I put it on my Instagram stories how he cusses me out because when we're in Texas, we always hook him, and he is an OU alum.
Hey, that burnt orange is fire, though. I'm sorry. If I'm rocking Nation Blue.
I remember he posted one photo, and he was like, really, cuz? Really? And like, I felt that coming from him. And every time he knows that I'm in Texas, he knows what I'm doing.
Well, shouts out to him and happy birthday.
And the last shout out again to the DCR, which is an organization that I volunteer, which is why I'm not in Michigan garb today. What we do, we give parasite medicine and flea and tick medicine to some of the dogs here in the Dominican Republic, because if you guys don't know, they're not educated about how to properly take care of a dog. They don't spay or neuter their dogs. If it's a female dog, they usually put it in the street, which is overpopulating the country with strays. And as you guys know, I have 3 strays on my front yard, along with the 2 that I take care of for a living for my whole life.
Katt Williams of dogs. You adopt them, right? Basically. And that's a compliment, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a shot. That's a compliment.
So shouts out to that organization, Miss Corey, who does this at her house. She's part of the organization. She does this every first Saturday at her house. And she even walks the neighborhood and finds the people who has the dogs and say, "Hey, let me get your dog." We had a dog who just had a puppy. The puppy was covered in ticks today. The mom had an injury on her back. You know, we treat them as we can, because to be honest, if you have to choose between food and taking care of a dog, you're going to choose the food, which is what a lot of them do. But a lot of them just don't need to have animals.
Right.
That's
hey, well, good job by you on that. Yes, he's going Yosemite Sam with it. Shouts out.
Some mics.
Now, Michigan Mike, what you being Michigan Mike, and you saying from the depths of the beginning of the season that Michigan was going to win it all. What's your score prediction for Monday night?
Oh, is that for me? You're coming in and out. My final is Michigan 27, Washington 13.
All right, I can roll with that. That covers. All right, I want to give a shout out to the University of Michigan. I want to give a shout out to all the little people who supported Michigan along the years. Little Kim, Little Wayne, Little Bow Wow, Little Webby, Little Scrappy, all of them.
Webby with me.
All of them. And the next time y'all see us, I'm gonna have a champagne bottle in hand, a rose in my mouth. I don't know what they give you for the natty, but we about to be national champions. So
I'm gonna be dripping in maize color candy paint.
Yes, maize color candy paint is a nice walk off.
Hold up, everything they say in Houston. Hold up, what it do?
Oh, we about to get another one.
I'm gonna be dripping candy paint. I'm calling it. I'm gonna be in.
We about to get another one. We will see y'all in 6 days and 23 hours to preview the NFL playoffs. Wow.
Playoffs.
All right, you know how we get down. Have a great weekend. Go Blue.
Go Blue.
What's up,